What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing? I would like to say thank you to Michelle's daughter and also to Michelle. It was her birthday day before yesterday from Canada, and she reached out to me for singing her happy birthday. So it was Michelle. So she is a producer in Canada, and happy birthday to you, Michelle. I think that's incredible when you tune in and people watch the show, people with their families be watching the Wiley Show, and it just amazes me because still to this day, I still think I don't have much influence. But that's just a reminder that I do have people that watch the show, and it made me feel so good saying happy birthday to Michelle. And her daughter wanted to surprise her by me doing that, and her mom didn't even know. She was like, "Oh my God, I was shocked that she did it," and she thanked me for it. So I want to say thank you to Michelle and also to Michelle's daughter. All right. Now, I've got in the news that a cop had murdered a young man, but I got an update from Roland Martin on his page that have not happened, that he's fighting for his life. The guy's name is Jacob Blake. This is Roland Martin. He said, quote, despite earlier reports on Twitter, Jacob Blake is still alive. He's not dead. He has not died. His family said he's fighting for his life. I talked to the NABJ member and fellow journalist who is covering the story, confirmed this. Okay. So I think that happened in Wisconsin. So he is fine. So we are definitely praying for Jacob Blake and the Blake family. Okay. It's a lot going on. And this is why I want to say this. I said it on Patreon and I want to say it again. I was out of town enjoying myself in Florida because I needed a much needed vacation. So I had a good time in Florida. So apparently someone was calling 911 and calling the cops and trying to find the location where I was vacationing in. And I had to go on Patreon, and I'm like, stop, because you're putting my life as well as my colleagues' life in danger, because that's not cool. I don't care if you don't get along with me or whatever, but never take it to a place where you're just going to pick up your phone and call the cops just to be funny. Because what if the cops would have buzzed down the door and ended my life or ended one of my sisters or one of my brother's lives out there? That's just, to me, insane. I have high anxiety because I was tased, by the police. So handcuffs and all of that. So please do not play with police just for a click and for a view, and you think that's entertainment, because it will not be entertaining if the police end somebody's life, and then when they investigate, they're finding out that you put in a false report. That's just dangerous. That's just really, really dangerous. So I went in detail on Patreon. So if anybody, if you're on Patreon, go and check that video out, because we have exclusive content on Patreon. I do have some pictures of some folks that I've taken, so that I want to drop on Patreon. The love, nothing but love. Okay, now I want to talk about Monica and Master P. Now, Master P brother C Murder is in prison because he murdered a teenager. He was in a club and he murdered many, many years ago. So the parents of Trey Musting, Mustiin, they filed a lawsuit against Corey C. Miller, who is currently serving life for killing a teenager at a nightclub, to pay the family victim more than $1.1 million. Now, this article was taken back on May 12th, 2017. So that the family is ordered C. Murder to pay that money. So that's back in 2017. Let me fast forward to today. Master P had a video to come out, a documentary, Chronicles, No Limit Chronicles, and he was talking about his brother C. Murder. How innocent he is, and how he shouldn't be in jail, how he don't really get along, they don't really see eye to eye, etc. Now, Monica, I did not know because I'm not a hip hop fan like that. I'm a fan of gospel. She used to deal with C Murder off and on. So she went on her page and saying that Kim Kardashian is going to help and trying to help to get C Murder released, because when he had his first trial, he was guilty. But when he had his second trial in Louisiana, they had a law that the jury can just do whoever is the majority. If it's the majority, whatever, you don't have to have all 12 jurors, don't have to come to a conclusion. It's just you can get the majority of the jurors that can pick you guilty or innocent. But since the majority wanted him to go to prison, found him guilty, that's how he lost the case. Fast forward, they changed that law that you have to have 12 anonymous to come out with that decision. So you already know Louisiana is very, very racist when it comes to their criminal justice system. Now, Master P went live and he dragged not only his brother, but he was talking about his family. He was talking about a lot of stuff Master P was talking about. And we're going to watch this video together because I couldn't really get into it during my vacation. So I'm going to play it for you all to watch it now. So give me a second while I screen share. All right, and good morning to y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to everybody out there. Okay. Give me a second while I pull this up. There we go. All right, I'm trying to play it for you all. All right. It's not letting me play it. Well, when I get that video up, I want to play it. So give me a second while I try to get this video to play. Give me 1 second, you guys. Oh, gosh. Give me a second. There's something going on with the computer. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure that video played because it was playing earlier. Give me 1 second. Where is that video? There we go.
Jesus told his disciples, go out and be truthful. And whoever can appreciate that, just dust your feet off and keep it moving. This is not about me. This is about the older people in my family that has no purse when it comes to what's going on right now. And they shouldn't be talked about the way they have been. If any of y'all have any relatives that are incarcerated that you know that's ungrateful, then you probably can understand it, especially if you did everything you could do. Like my mom, my dad, my sisters, my brothers, aunties, uncles. I know they've been and went above and beyond to help my brother. And I'm real disappointed because I didn't even know he had a social media. But when I checked and seen like who he's following and what he was saying, you know, some of the stuff don't even look like he wrote it, but if he did, or it's his people, you know, bloggers, the devil, fake media people, they're gonna take that stuff and run. Because they're all about devouring and conquering.
So then he was saying that C Murder, have the social media, and he in prison and other folks control it. Master P is alleging that he didn't even know that his brother had a social media. So let me play a little bit more of this.
Everything that my family worked for, our reputation, just because somebody that's incarcerated say whatever, it's entertainment for the world. But this is not entertainment. This is not fun. This is hurtful. I know my brother said that he put some books out and made bare minimum, and that's the way he take care of his family, which, in those books is what I disagree with. He talked about my mom, my dad, the people that created him. He said that they didn't do nothing for him, which is a lie. And anybody that knows me, I don't.
And now he said that C Murder was talking about people didn't do nothing for him, and that's a lie because even in the documentary, Master P have put out that family have went to go see him and done some. Even Master P have done some things for him. But let's continue to play it.
Need to be pat on the back or nothing. Whatever I've done for him. I've done it out of love. My grandmother, she's not here right now. She's my angel. I know that, and she should be his angel. I've never heard him talk about her like that. But I know Kim Kardashian put out one tweet, and she is angel, which is crazy to me. But I appreciate it. Like I said, my brother is innocent, and I hope she can.
But why does got to be having to do something with Kim Kardashian? I don't. What was they to her? She made the tweet. It's just like family stuff. And I want to correct. He did not drag his family. He was only speaking from his experience of feeling like an ATM machine. But let's put a little bit more.
I want him to come home. I see where Monica is ride or die. He just started talking back to her 7 months ago. And I know maybe it's prison talk. I know he's incarcerated. And I get that. But still, you have to have a heart for the people that really helped you. Monica just got divorced last year. So I'm thinking like, that's your ride or die. That's cool if that's the way you feel. But let's be real. I have family members that think my brother coming home and they're not truthful.
So now we got the tea that Monica, now she would rather die, that she got divorced last year with her man because her man was cheating. So, he even came at Monica a little bit.
Maybe Silk scared to tell him the truth. My sister, my aunties, uncles, everybody thinks that this man is coming home and he's going to get settled and he's going to take care of everybody. But the truth is, and I know the truth hurt, what did he do the first time he was home? Who did he help? Why do people owe him when his friends has him incarcerated? That's the real reason he's incarcerated. I changed my life and I left.
Now, mass people saying, listen, why is his friends there? His friends is the reason why he is incarcerated. So you said, as people say, he was spilling some tea in this video.
Those same friends behind because they didn't want to do right. They wasn't on the same page I was on. So God said, you got to cut people off. You got to do the right thing. And this to my brother, you sit in that cell, you got social media, you can see this, because I'm not coming to the jailhouse no more. I'm not getting filled on, mother touching on my ass, doing the same thing, looking for, do I have something on me? No, I don't. I changed my life. My grandmother that's deceased now, they was touching on her ass every time she go down there, and people still ungrateful. My mom, my dad, my brothers, aunties, uncles, everybody gets filled on. When you go to prison to go see somebody, you might not come home either. I'm not going.
So I want to say he is correct about that because no matter how old or young, you will be searched. I remember my brother was in jail at the Cook County Jail. And before we was able to go see him, we were searched and they had to touch on all your body parts. And they're really going to search you. It's going to make you feel like you are temporarily in jail or prison as well. So I agree with him on that. He's speaking nothing but facts.
Going through that no more ungrateful people. So all y'all bloggers or whatever, y'all can understand one thing. The ATM, I'm pulling the plug on. Because people that's ungrateful and don't appreciate me, even my own family members, that's a gift. Because you could give people, they hit you. I'm an ATM, I get it. That's what I am. I'm an ATM and now I'm a square because I'm not in the hood. I'm only not in the hood because I did the right thing.
And I agree with him on that. When you make it to get money, family don't look at you as being a human. They look at you as being an ATM machine. This is just triggering me when I was reading Curtis Jackson's book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. And he would say he would regret going back home because everybody will be saying something. Hey, you didn't give me enough money. Why did you give this auntie this platinum screen TV and then buy me a platinum screen TV? Or why did you buy this new Family Mo watch and you didn't give me no watch? So I am telling you, like, that's how I feel when you have a family member that make it. They really come at you. You're not even having that true identity as a member. You're having that identity as an ATM machine and as just a cash cow. So I'm going to put a little bit more of this. What he's saying is very factual so far.
And I changed, which everybody else can change. But when you go to the club and you convicted of a crime that somebody else committed because you with the wrong people, and then the people that's with you, you call them the cut boys, that's what taking care of your business while you locked up, they on the streets, and they all turned on you, and you say nothing about it. You never made a record about them. You never wrote a book about them turning on you. I mean, how could you? How is that real? How is that true? Because that's your word, truth. They turned on you, bro. You could have been home with your family 18 years ago. I mean, how long Monica been knowing Kim Kardashian? You didn't.
Yeah. So that's just what it is, and people are like the producers are sending me stuff in my email about how people are like with the Seymour and Master P with the family stuff, and that he did go in on Monica, and that he apologized to Monica, right? So I'm gonna play a little bit more of this video, then I'm gonna read what he said.
The homeless strike, everything, bro. This could have been done. If it's gonna happen, it's just not that easy. Man, Jimbo did 22 years, and he said, that's why I came home. Because I used to be mad with you. The same way your brother is, but nobody telling him the truth. You paid for lawyers, you did all the stuff, he did it. But he said, guess what? My seller told me, you mad at people, what have you done for people? Have you ever made him a card for his birthday? Have you ever sent him a Christmas card or made him a belt? Anything? Nobody ever done that, because no people always say, where do you get the man that has everything? What about just love? What about a simple thank you? Matt family called me and said, thank you, Master P, for talking about my son's story in No Limit Chronicles. It made a big difference. Hopefully my son will come home soon. So that's integrity. That's people that have humility. I'm focusing on giving back to underprivileged communities, helping the next generation with education, helping the elderly. That's what I'm doing with my resources. I'm not wasting on no more on family members that's ungrateful. I know that's why millionaires and billionaires say, what, I'm gonna give my money back to charity. I'm not leaving.
And you have to be very grateful, and when people think, like, even like now when I do this show, one of my members like, hey, Wiley, I saw that you were getting that money on your chat, so can you send me such and such and such? And I'm like, dang, I don't even know you like that. Yeah, we family, but we fell out. So, like, what's the thing? And I've always put that, I'm preparing and training once I become a millionaire, because one day I will. I'm not gonna, you got to have boundaries. You just can't be just throwing cash at your family, because you're gonna spoil them. And one of the things with Master P, he was giving to them a lot, and now they are dependent on him to give. And now he's ready to cut off. And my producer just sent me another update of a family member going off on Master P. So let me play a little bit of that, and then I'm gonna read what a family member he or she responding to Master P.
Ungrateful family members, and I never thought I'd feel that way, but it's the truth. So people don't have to worry about me and what I'm doing or what I work for. When you look at my grandmother that's not here, I had to pay somebody to get you to her funeral, which is crazy.
Now he had to pay to get him to the funeral, because of course he was incarcerated. So now you have to pay to get all that stuff, services done, so he could go to his grandmother's funeral. So what Master P is doing, for those that are just joining in, he's giving you all of the things that he have done for his family. And Master P feels that they are ungrateful. And also see Murder, his brother, even feel like Master P didn't do enough. And Master P feel like he's giving more publicity to the friends that's really got him in prison, the reason for him being in prison, and really pooping on him.
And you forgot. Everything costs money. Other people are spending their money and you're not thinking about, even if somebody say no today, but they done told you 100 times, yeah, that's love, bro. These people who you put your trust in, your friends, they only there for the publicity. When the publicity over, nobody's gonna help you or nobody's gonna be there for you but your family, us, the ones that love you. So, bro, wake up. If you get a second chance, man, be thankful. Thank that man up above.
So now he's telling his brother C Murder to be thankful. Thank the man up above. But again, this is the thing I want to say. Now, let's go to what the family member, shout out to the neighborhood talk. I was talking with Shout out to them. I love them. I think that Kyle and his team are just a wonderful team. All right. So Master P said this. He said the they ways always say, "What do you do to get the man that has everything? What about love, a card, even just a thank you? If any family members have a receipt of that to me, I'll cut the ATM back on. It's been over 30 years. I'm tired of supporting people addictions and bad habits. Ooh. Who would y'all be mad at if I was dead? Because it seems like none of y'all want to work. I'm no longer enabling ungrateful people. Please go get a job and a career. I'm not God, I'm only human. The only difference is I decided to do the right thing and chase my dreams and goals. When I made, I was I was too generous to my family and friends. That's the problem. I love y'all, but enough is enough. In my 50 Cent voice, I ain't doing it no more. P.S. This how you know it's hate. I ain't the only millionaire in this family. Just for the record, when you do the right thing, God will keep blessing you. Envy and jealousy gets you nowhere. Hashtag happy Sunday. I don't want to hear keep this off the internet. I'm just saying there's a lot of successful people or even people with jobs that are working want to say to their families. The truth hurts. It's uncomfortable, but it's the only way we can get back to the love. Now, let's go to the response to what the family member has said. Now, allegedly, according to the neighborhood talk, when a family member said this, B, that's P, and straight from the Miller. This is straight from the Miller family. Where the F you been while we selling socks to support Corey because you want nothing to do with him? My mama been back and forth for years, making the calls and sending money and visiting. I don't want slander another black man in the media, but F that. You know how effing annoying it was having my mama take our cars to go to Angola and make calls and trying to get money for lawyers. So this is what Master P said. I put you wouldn't even pay for the $700 dress Big Mama was buried in. You only visit her once in the hospital. Stop it. She died down here poor with us. Wow. So I guess this must be the sister. F. Master P. Perry Miller and any other bandwagon hoppers. That's straight from the Miller family. Whether F you band, while it's like, okay, this is the story and everything like that. Making sending money. You have been with selling socks and making petitions to support Corey because you wanted nothing to do with him. My mama been back and forth for years, making sending money and going on visits. Y'all waited for the media's attention to care. Family don't rock like that. You have gone, let him ride. So at Master P, you wouldn't even take Big Mama calls. You called back days later and told the rest of the family not to answer Corey's call at Master P. So I guess this is the lady that's spilling the tea, that's standing up. Plus, your own father, Percy Sr., house caught on fire and the city almost condemned it because you wouldn't fix it. He was living on the outside while the other side was still burned and falling apart at Master P. Whoa. Don't play the F hero when you've been the villain. Don't cry about family when it's been F the family. Big Mama his angel, but she didn't have a headstone until a few years ago when the family scrapped together for that. Corey paid the taxes on her house while in jail. Corey fought to save her house. Corey gave his last bit of money to Big Mama. I've never slandered a successful black man. I'm proud of him for making it out and making a name for himself, but do not lie. And it's for Miss Monica Child. We gonna say that. Oh, like she wants to go and shade Monica. So wow, it's a lot of stuff from like both sides. Did you get a family member to resolve? This is like family drama. So I'm just waiting on people to say, Master P, keep your family mess off the internet. That's between you and your family. We don't need to hear all that stuff. Where all these people at? Because when I put my family business and stuff like that, it was all that. Keep it on the internet. You see, he putting his family business on the internet. See, I ain't the only one that put my family business on the internet. It looked like he put it out there. Then a family member responded to Master P and was dragging him. And then it looked like she wanted to drag Monica. Then Master P went on and said, "I don't know you, Monica. I don't even want to meet you." Then they was going back and forth. Then eventually Master P apologized to Monica. But what I'm saying, Monica, what's your deal? Like, why are you coming back? I just think pretty much, I'm gonna be clear. I don't think Monica even care about C Murder. I think she only care about the media attention. Maybe she got an album coming out because I'm giving her the side eye because the versus battle is coming up with her and Brandy, and she knows she about to get slaughtered with them vocals next week. So I personally believe that she's only carrying up to C Murder for media attention. I really believe so. I only believe that Kim Kardashian is really probably doing this as well, even though she probably care about criminal justice reform, but she knows this is going to help her one step closer to possibly running for office to change it up, because eventually she's going to get older and older, and she's trying to find a way out of the entertainment world and get into the political world because she know stuff is about to dry up and hang up and the wrinkles are about to come. You already know how they age. They age differently than black folks. Even Monica is giving a side eye from a lot of people. So now we're trying to see, why are you doing this now? Are you just doing this for attention? Are you just doing this for that? Now, I have the phone lines open up and we will get into our last story. Actually, let me get into my last story. And then we'll open up the phone lines and y'all can talk about everything in there. So hold on. So now I want to get into Cardi B and Tasha K. While I was out of town, I could not go live and talk about the story because my phone was not connected to the Wi-Fi. I mean, my phone was connected to the Wi-Fi, but the type of phone I got, baby, it didn't. My phone, I got to go get me another phone with good quality internet. So this is where Tasha K, Cardi B responded to Tasha K. Cardi B responded to Tasha K. And as you all know, a little backstory, Cardi B have a lawsuit against Tasha K, and Tasha K got a counter lawsuit. And a little backstory that you already know, Cardi B is upset with Tasha K because Tasha K said she had herpes and she put it out there. Then she started calling Cardi B herpes B and all of that, et cetera, et cetera. Cardi B was so tired of the slander and the lies that she filed a lawsuit against Tasha K. Tasha K, in return, filed a countersuit and said that she was in danger and that she had to move for over $1 million. The Cardi B lawyers tried to get that thrown out, and the judge said no. And told Tasha team lawyers that she can continue with her countersuit. So let's go and listen and read this together. Now, someone put this out. Bite Me Apple SI9N said this: word is Atlanta is not letting Cardi release any solo music until she started paying them back for the money they invested in promoting her previous singles. It makes sense. While she made an OnlyFans, she's going broke like the Migos. Cardi B responded to that fan because that fan had Tasha K video and screenshot it. This was what Cardi B said. I've been recouped, and actually Atlantic didn't want me to release WAP because the song was very vulgar. If I own, I think she meant to say owe them money. You think they would have spent $1 million just on a WAP video, just on the vinyls? We made the money back. Now, that was Cardi B response. Tasha K did not let that response go on because you already know Tasha K loved to report on Cardi B. When they say Wiley obsessed, a lot of folks were very obsessed with Cardi B and went on and built channels and their impact in the media. So this is what Tasha K said, quote, "Hey, Bird, I'm sorry I meant I am Cardi B. If you pick up a dictionary to evolve your lyrics and understanding of vocabulary, you will not know that this is not what I said. I said that Atlantic won't spend any money on you without another major label adding to the record. So yes, they spent $1 million. Meghan helped you to recruit that money. That's why they gave you the okay. You're in the red just like your hubby. And that's why you're going to OnlyFans, to pay both of y'all bills. Atlantic won't ever spend $1 million on you alone anymore. Bird, don't twist my words. You a fan of mine. You a fan of my show. But it's time to work on some listening comprehension. Don't only to for yourself, but your career. Now, off Cardi B, that undercover wino. Hashtag unwind with Tasha K. Hashtag now I gotta go. Ooh. Mm. Mm. Woo wee. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, a vinyl, those are like the big records, like the gold record. I got a vinyl of Brandy and everything else. So, wow, that was a lot. Okay, and she just reported the news. And let me tell y'all this, and I'm opening up the phone lines, 646 number, okay? Make sure y'all turn me in the background. When people keep saying that obsessed, when people say that, hey, Wiley, you obsessed about A, B, C, or D, no. It's about doing commentary on what's hot. Some of y'all better stop saying, don't do commentary on me. These people want to be in the news. If you stop talking about these people, they won't not be relevant like that. If you're a commentator, in which I am a commentator, I talk about everybody. And let me also tell you, I talk about my family. I talk about myself. I talk about what I see. And just like when I get on Patreon, I'm going to tell you some other stuff that I'm going to talk about. What I saw on the plane, what I'm going to get into and talk about. So I just want to tell you something. Whether you do bad, I talk about you. Whether you do good, I talk about you. Whether I talk about you. I talk about a lot of ish on the Wiley Show. I talk about everything. So I love to talk. So, and it's called commentary. But my thing is this, one thing that I learned, if you don't want nobody to talk about you, then don't be a public figure. Be a private figure. It's like when you're public, people gonna talk about you. And it is what it is. I talk about Charlamagne the God. I talk about 50 Cent. I talk about Nicki. I talk about Lil' Kim. We started a segment on the Wiley Show where we paid homage to Brandy, Lil' Kim, and Nicki. We did a flyer for it. We did all that stuff. So I talk about a lot of people over here. It's just called commentary. Because let me tell you, everybody else talk about people and does commentary. The reason why they come at the Wiley Show very hard and challenging is because I'm cockeyed. It's because I look slow. It's because I'm bipolar. It's because they think that I'm weak. They think that because I know doggone well I am strong. Anytime you can backflip and body slam bookshelves and knock over and shake the whole book in the library and everybody just be shook when you come in. So I don't have a weak bone in my body. I'm very strong and I have a lot of thick skin. Okay. Anytime you can drop kick a book and have everybody in there shook and everybody running out like they saying something, you already know I'm far from weak. When everybody was up there reading their book and doing resumes, they saw that guy, they just running out. They're like King Kong or somebody was up in there, So when people say that, I always respond that it's commentary. Like people drag me. I'm on vacation, living my best life. Baby, I'm seeing videos of my butt crack. I'm seeing videos of me getting out of the jacuzzi, out of the pool. Everybody, they're going to do commentary. It's what I built for. It's what I put myself out there in the world. So I can't be mad when people dog me out and show my butt crack and all this type of stuff. I was in the kitchen cooking my food. And next thing you know, my butt crack was showing. And it was all on Lipstick Alley. So again, when people don't talk about you, that's when you no longer relevant. Give me a second. That's what I do over here. And I'm very, 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 very messy. Very, very messy. They thought it was an earthquake in the library. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Now, we had a beautiful conversation yesterday. I might say so myself. When I tell you yesterday, my emotions was all over the place. First of all, I've been through a lot for these past couple days. But my emotion was all over yesterday. I said, baby, if people don't know what bipolar is, you will see it through Wiley. When I tell you I had my highs, when I tell you on the air, my producers was in my email, my DM said, Wiley, calm down. I said, I can't calm down. I'm going to have to swallow me a pill. So I had to take a pill to calm my nerve, because when you know you have your high, you just be whoa, just want to go away. And I had to snap out of it and take my medication to calm down, because it's hard to have a conversation when you heated. And for me, I couldn't calm out. I had to take a pill to do that. Now I don't even get. Somebody said Wiley. They said Wiley send C-Murder a nasty piece of voice note. I don't send me his IG. I didn't even know if you can have IG. Can he be able to listen to it? And he have an IG. He have an IG. Please don't tell me that he verified in jail. Okay, Jail. That's how you spell jail. Jail is not spelled with an E. Wait a minute, Wiley. Get back to the news. You were all over the place. Yes. So what we're telling you is, we're going to open up the phone lines, and we talked about all the subjects. So now the people speak about it. All right, 8018. What do you got to say about the masterpiece, C-Murder beef, Tasha K, Cardi B beef? What do you have to say about it all?
Hey, Wiley. First, Master P, I totally understand what he's saying about family. Totally understand. When you make it, it's always going to be a few people that have their hands out. That happens everywhere. He's not the first, won't be the last. But what I do have a problem with is him bringing it to the internet. It's so unnecessary to air your dirty laundry on the internet. When he put that out there, then you had the family. All sides are wrong. Then you have the family coming and saying what he wasn't doing, what he didn't do for his father, so on and so forth. We'll never know the truth. I do know that he is, as a lot of people said, and what we saw, he is big on family. I remember back in the day, he did do a lot for his community. I don't know what he's doing now. Maybe it was some turkey drives. I hope people, help people like build houses and stuff, like put your money into stuff like that. But either way, he was out there in the community back in the day. Don't know about now. But as far as Monica and Kim, first of all, Monica and Kim are not getting him out. The two Black female attorneys are getting him out. People refuse to give credit to the people.
But do you know why though? But do you know why? Do you know why? Because Kim Kardashian have the massive platform. We don't know who them two Black attorneys is. They don't have a big social media. Do they have a big social media like Kim?
Not true. Those two Black attorneys is two female Black attorneys that came out. You can go on Google.
I understand that, but let's be clear. They ain't got that much celebrity status like Kim Kardashian. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but still, they are still the ones that are doing all the legwork, all the footwork to get them out. There are programs around the world that are designed for people who were falsely incarcerated. It's called Something Project. Somebody might know about
it's some project, the Innocent Project.
Oh God,
the Innocent
Project.
Yes,
where you have a team of white attorneys, white and Black, but predominantly white. We got them here in DC and Georgetown. They've been doing this for over 20 years. Okay, and they got a lot of people, and look it up, they got a lot of people out. Kim K, I think that Master P is, and I could be wrong, this is just my opinion, so people don't get mad, but I do believe that Master P, he is right about a lot of things he said. I don't agree with bringing it to the internet, but you're so stuck on the fact that it's Kim Kardashian and Monica who aren't really doing the work, but he's so stuck on the name. And I do think it might be a tad bit of, sorry to say this, jealousy, because it looks like, well, your brother is this multimillionaire and he's not doing this and that. I do believe that is it, because why would you bring this to the internet? I totally agree with what he was saying about family, but you airing dirty laundry, you talking about Monica. I mean, Monica ain't been there the whole time, but why even try to go there? And someone is trying to get him out of prison. Why do that? That's all I'm saying. You know,
But yeah,
you
I
can
think
make
it was
history
jealousy though.
because
I
you're
think
trying to block it.
I think because he's not the one leading that campaign, and I just that's just plain
Thank
jealousy
you.
because jealousy and also ego. I do agree with him on the family piece because
Yes,
family will even require you to do much if you're the one that's well off, and after that, they think that you should
yes,
pay everything surgeries, new house, new cars. You do in return become an ATM machine. Even Oprah said it. Even different successful
yes,
people, 50 Cent, no matter what, even when I become a multimillionaire, my family's going to require me to take care of all their problems instead of them actually going and doing the work. Because that's what he did. He worked hard for that. Because even if you look
if
at
you
even
want
if
to
you look
go
at
to
Curtis
millionaire
Jackson,
status,
right? Let me tell you about Curtis Jackson's baby mama. She told 50 Cent, I don't have to work because you already got it. Because you already got the money. So I don't have to work. Do you know it's a lot of family members that believe that if they family member become a multimillionaire, that they don't have to work no more? That
yes,
type of thinking shouldn't exist, but it
yes,
does exist.
yes, it does. It does exist. But it happens. It don't even honestly just happen with just multimillionaires. You could be somebody, let's say, in the family, the first one that went to college and became a doctor or an attorney. You're always going to have people like that in your family. You don't even have to be on that status. You can be a teacher. And it's still people will have their hands out thinking that you have to go back and take care of them. I was listening to another commentator earlier. I won't call the name. I don't want to trigger anybody, but she said something that was so important. She said, when you have children, you don't have children for them to come back and say, okay, I'm having them so that they can come back and take care of me. That's not what you're having them for. You're not having them for that. You're not having children for them to say one day, oh, when I get sick and I get old, they'll take care of me. I've literally heard people say that, oh, my kids will take care of me. Is that why you having them? That don't even make any sense. Take care of yourself. That's called work. Work hard. Get a retirement.
Yes, and
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that. And
Parents
even
get elderly or something,
even
but it just goes back to Master P. You don't have to take care of your whole family. You don't. I do believe in taking care of my parents. I do. My parents have their own. But do I go over there? Do I do what I'm supposed to do as a child? Yes, I do. But my parents don't want to live with me.
Could I say
And
this
my
though?
parents don't expect me to do anything. I do it out of love.
Do you think that the family member responded to Master P and feels like he didn't do much for his mom like that? Because they clap back and respond. The rooms are true. Do you? But also, you already answered the question, so you do believe that if you should take care of. Even myself, I don't get along with my family like that. But the people that I will take care of is my mom and my grandmother. I don't care. Exactly. We have an exchange relationship. I will still send money home, whatever little that it is, 10, 20, 30, 80, whatever. I'm already practicing to give back. So when I do get the big money, the big things, I will always take care of my mom and my grandmother, because without them, even my estranged father, that I don't even know if he is my father or not. If when I ever find out if he is, I will take care of him, because without my parents, I wouldn't be here. So I will always take care of them.
Should never.
Yeah.
Your parents don't expect you to do that.
Right.
What I'm saying is some parents don't expect you to do that. They had you out of love. Mine did. I take care of my parents out of love. My parents don't say, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that. They don't do that. They don't ask me for anything. I do it because I love them and I want to. I do it with my sister, my nieces, my nephews. If they need anything, and if we're talking and I know they need something, they don't have to ask me. I just do it.
Maz had me out of lust. I'm gonna just say that right there. It was just strong lust. Okay. And if the father is that, if he is my father, that family is bougie. I got two. That's probably why I get a little bougie and ratchet in the same day. They're very kind of bougie.
You look just like that man.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're bougie and middle class. I hope they is this. I go over there with the bougie middle class. So I'm like, I ain't really like y'all. But they bougie and middle class. They talk different. I talk to my grandmother, if that is my grandmother. I called her. And hello, how may I help you, my dear? You're bougie if you talk like that. Who is that? How do you help me, my dear? I haven't heard that like that in a long time. Hello, how may I help you, my dear? And I'm like, okay. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just closing out. I do understand where he is coming from. I do. You have
Yes.
that in
Yes,
all
I feel you.
families.
All right,
Black,
thank
white,
you.
Indian, it don't matter.
Thank you.
But you just, again, you don't bring your personal business to the internet.
Yes.
Because if anybody remembers, when Master P was married to the wife that he used to call his ride or die, if you all remember how he treated her, what he did to her, she was with him, helping him build that business from the ground up. That's another story. Look into it. But I remember that clearly.
Wow.
And I didn't judge him. And she had all of those kids for him.
All right.
Yeah, she got like 5, 6 kids. Okay. Y'all have a good day. See you in the chat.
All right, you too. All right, callers calling in. Thank you so much. All right, let's go to the next caller, 8128.
Hi, Wiley.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm blessed.
I just wanted to say that about Tasha K and Cardi B. Definitely understand that you all will, of course, report on celebrities, what's hot, what's going on, what's current. But I think the issue with Tasha K, because it's almost as if she has an obsession, which there are other bloggers that seem to have an obsession with Cardi B because she is a hot topic. But it's more of like the disdain whenever Tasha is reporting. Like, I don't like how excited she is to report on the negative. Like just like with the John Gray story, right? Like, you're super excited to report on the infidelity of this man, knowing that he has his wife, she's all in the public too and everything. And she's like her excitement on the downfall of people. That's my issue with her. And it's like she looks for reasons to pick at Cardi B. Like, she didn't even have to give a response to Cardi B, which, in my opinion, Cardi B should have never responded to that person posting that anyway, because like, you're a celebrity, this is going to happen, you're going to get a lot of backlash. WAP is number one, it's, just you're breaking records. You're going to get some backlash. That just comes with it. But, Tasha didn't even have to respond. Like, you've already said your piece. You've already put it out there, the inside scoop, the exclusives that you get with no receipt. But, you put that out there. So why even respond? It's like she's just looking for something to continue to pick at Cardi B. You already have this lawsuit going on with her, all that stuff. Just let that stuff play out. Report the news, report what you're going to report on her, and leave it at that. That's just my issue with that. Now, the whole Master P thing, I know people are like, he's family business off the internet. But like you said, sometimes it just becomes too much, right? Like, you're just like overwhelmed, and especially if you're holding this stuff in. Let's say, he's been having issues with the family for years, and you're holding that stuff in, you explode. Yeah. That's just him being human. It doesn't matter how much money he has, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's like you just explode. Like, you get tired of that. Like, especially when you have to be the pillar in your family and everything's coming on you and all this person, you explode. He's a human being.
Thank you.
I get why he put that out there. It's not like to embarrass anybody. He's just tired, and he wants people to understand and realize what he's been dealing with behind closed doors.
All right.
And it's like, all this time I've been dealing with this, and I think it's more, he's coming from a hurt place when it comes to his brother. I honestly don't think that he has any animosity towards Kim Kardashian and Monica per se. It's just like, he's from, like, I'm from Louisiana, right? Originally. I live in Texas, but I'm from Louisiana. Okay. And so I know the system in Louisiana. And it's a different, like, what racism, of course it's all over, but Louisiana, that's the good old boy, like down south. Racism is very, very much still reeling in your face all the time.
Thank you, Dan, for calling in.
It doesn't.
Yes. All right, thank you for your point. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right now. We got 2 more calls. We're going to try to keep it short and sweet to the point because we have a lot of callers. 5907. 590. Yes, I can hear you. Speak up on your phone.
Hi, Wiley. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Hey, this is Danny Biker Chick. How you doing today?
All right.
All right. I know I'm gonna be off topic just a little bit, but I have a question for you.
Well, what's the question?
The question is, do you allow your supporters and producers, etc., to support other people when, when they want to, do shit like that?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do. They're grown. You go wherever you want to
go. Okay. I appreciate that because I'm not sure if you was in a station head situation, but your name did get brought up, and it was basically another content creators was pissed off at me because I actually support you.
Mm-hmm. But you know what, ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
Can I respond to that? You a grown woman. Should nobody tell you where you should and should not go? You're not obligated to support one person. You are a free Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
So as a free Black woman, support anybody you want to support. And if they don't rock with you because you support Wiley, that's something about their character, their insecurities. They got nothing to do with you. Should never feel restricted to support more than one person. If somebody come at you like that, you tell them, hey, I can support, I'm grown. I can support anybody I want to support. This is not just a one thing. The internet is a very big place. It is so many different outlets to support. I have people that support 50 people. I support everybody. I watch a lot of content online, or Blog Talk, Stationhead, YouTube, TikTok. Do you know how dumb that sounds just to support one person? This is a buffet. When you go to the buffet, you got all types of foods. You don't just probably go in there just for one thing. You get all multiple different things,
Yeah, and I agree with that because there was one contradicting person that called into your show yesterday after already degrading me and calling me, bipolar or mental, all of this, but stated to me because I sit with the ops and I came to your station and I felt comfortable at your station with your producers and co-hosts and et cetera like that. But they basically came and did the same thing after they got upset with one of the people that stated that they was talented. And basically wanted to block them on everything like that, et cetera, but came and sat with the same ops that they talked about. You get what I'm saying? So it baffles me that people actually are content creators that does that and don't have, and just contradict themselves. Yeah. So what I'm saying to you, Wally, I support you. You know who Danny Biker Chick is.
Yes.
I love you 100%.
Yes.
You know I don't like the drama. You know I'm cool, I'm funny, and I love everybody on here.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm going to always keep it 100 at all costs. I don't mess with people like that because of the way they act and the way they want to downgrade people with mental health. But when you actually sit down with a person and you sit down and you know what real mental health is, that same person that just called your show yesterday, that contradicted person has real mental issues that need help. Because you're talking about too many people that got mental health issues and you going back contradicting yourself and saying that you will never sit with the ops, but you did. Because his show is popping. And that's all I want to say, Wally. I love you. I'm going to always support you.
Thank you, sister.
I just wasn't able to do it then, but I have the strength to do it now, baby boy.
Thank you,
and
sister.
You keep doing you.
Thank you, sister. Thank you so much, Biker Chick. Thank you. All right. The number is 646-716-8447. All right, 0438. Call you on the air.
All right, how are you doing?
All right, I'm doing all right. This one got my coffee.
I'm not trying to laugh. I kind of understand it. We should all just go and support whatever we want to support. I support as many Black content creators as I try to. It might not be all good and fun, good and dandy in the chat, but that's just a chat. People just have to get sometimes a little bit of a thicker skin. It's chatting, it's gossip. I think it's all in fun. if you get your feelings, maybe you can apologize right there in the chat and say no hard
Because
feelings.
even with Master P,
I'm hoping that's what people do.
Right, even with the Master P situation, you can't let people get you out of your character. You know what I mean? You have to stay calm, because with Master P situation, he allowed other people to sway his opinion. Oh, he don't like it that C Murder got a page, and I think that's a lie, because C Murder got an Instagram right now that's controlled by his nieces, right? C Murder, I think, against his daughters.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is this: don't allow the public to sway your opinion.
Exactly.
And because once you tell the public how you feel, you can no longer say, "Hey, don't come at me. Don't give me the side." No, you no longer have that power of privacy, because you put this information out on the internet. You put it out there. So now people criticizing your family and talking about your family, and then they family respond. You put the mess out there, so you can no longer. Then he went out against Monica. To me, I just think like that's ego.
I don't know the Monica thing. They just have such a large family.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know her, but I was calling because did any of you guys? And I'm pretty sure that some stuff Master P was saying. People do get tired of giving people money. People do get tired. Maybe they see somebody that they want to pick up and they being lazy. And it's your money. It's just what people don't understand. It's your money.
It's your money. Say that again. It's your money.
It's your money.
Yes.
You can't really expect people to just do something because you, the cousin or the auntie or the brother or the whoever. That's something we need to get off of, because keep giving them money, or they keep getting lazy and don't want to get off their butt and do whatever they need to do to get, in the space that you're in. But that's my personal opinion. It's just an opinion. You know what I mean? You can't help everybody all the time. Sometimes you help them and just sitting there at, oops, sorry, on the couch a lot. So, you gotta, family is family. That's a family thing. But I wanted y'all, if y'all paid attention, and I don't know if everybody paid attention, but when he said something that was kind of like, he said, if my brother wanted to get out of jail, he knew what he could have did. He could have talked. It was like he was saying, you didn't do it. You didn't actually shoot the guy, but you don't want to tell on nobody. You want to ride for your homies. I don't know if you guys caught that. If you want to go back and look at it.
Ma'am, yes, you just refreshed my memory.
I'm saying, like, sitting in there, right? You sitting in there because you want to.
Yes.
You can get off.
Living by that street. Yeah, living by that street code.
I wondered if people are actually paying attention to that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, living by that street code.
I go back and look at that.
No, I remember he said that. It's pretty living. Yeah, it's living by that street code. Thank you, Sister Much. Thank you for that. Right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sister. Now, I just get an update on my producer. Just sent me this. Now, the judge awards Master P ex-wife $27,000 a month for child support and alimony. Of course, that was a couple of years ago. Then Master P had a messy divorce, and pretty much he was trying to find a way not to really pay his wife some coins. So he's not a saint when it comes to that. And thank you to that producer, because if you treat your wife dirty and try to come out of there with not paying her much, you will treat your, because your wife is your family. Watch a man how they treat their wife or their ex-wife, or watch their divorce proceeding. That'll tell you a lot about that man. All right, Anonymous, you live on air. Let's please stay on topic. All right, Anonymous, you live on air. You live on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Okay, so first I want to commend you and Armand yesterday for being able to come to terms with your issues with each other and being able to have a productive dialogue, in regards to issues on both sides and expressing your feelings and being able to really get through the conversation. I know a lot of people say, why are you all doing this online? Why are you all doing this online? You need to do this behind the scenes. But everything played out between you and him online. So it was good to see that you all were able to, be expressive, get out your frustration, and then kind of calm down and really hear each other out and come to terms with what each other have done to each other, right, and made each other feel some type of way.
Even with the Master P situation, because you brought something up that just triggered me to say this. That between him and C Murder should have that conversation privately. The issue that I have with them brothers, they're allowing the public to sway, and that's dangerous. Because if you fall out with somebody, family or friend, don't allow the public to sway the opinion. have a private conversation and have to come to a resolution between C Murder and Master P. You trigger something with me to say this. Master P is upset with C Murder is because C Murder did not do what Master P wanted him to do. He felt like it was his fault. But now that you put it out there in the public, you did a documentary, and probably C Murder probably let her because he didn't get no money from that documentary. Now that relationship is going to be hard to build it up when you gave the power to the public. You got to have that right then and there. So when Master P and C Murder, I think them two brothers as men have to have a conversation privately. Because if you don't, you throw everybody else in the mix, it's going to be a mess. Like Monica, when you insert yourself in family stuff, then you would get dragged in a mess. Because now they throwing Monica in the situation. And Monica, they talking about she cheated on her husband while still messing with C Murder. Then Master P was talking about you've been married twice. So now Monica getting dragged in the mess. This is because when you get into family mess and drama, I highly suggest when somebody going through with a family, don't get involved into it. Because when you do, you're going to get just as messy and you're going to get upset. Don't get into family drama because if you get into it, you will get dragged.
Right. Well, here's what I want to say regarding that. I think the reason why Master P took it to social media is based on his brother's post and based on people coming at him about his brother's statement. His brother stated that he has not been able to sleep for 19 years. Hence, meaning ain't nobody been doing nothing for me. And thank God there's a Kim Kardashian, and now I'm finally able to sleep peacefully after 19 years. So his brother pretty much diminished whatever work Master P had done prior to them having issues or falling out. All of the lawyers he's paid for, regardless, all of that work that he's done to try to get his brother out. Based on that post, his brother diminished that, saying, this is the first time that I'm actually able to sleep in 19 years because Monica has pulled a Kim Kardashian out the bag. For anybody that has been, dealing with somebody that has been behind bars and you've been spending, so much money and you've been so invested into their freedom and you've been fighting, because Master P has been advocating for his brother. He always advocated for his brother.
All right.
So when you do that and you lose countless times of sleep, and then for your brother, he didn't even know his brother had an Instagram. For your brother to turn around and then now post it and then give praises to Kim Kardashian that just came into the picture, it's like you diminish everything that I've done or I've tried to do.
Right.
So
okay.
I think that's his perspective on that.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
No, I was hearing you on that. Thank you, man.
I think that's his perspective on that. Now, as far as the family members coming out, trying to belittle Master P, just like some of the other callers were saying, it's but so much you can do for a person. You know what I'm saying? At some point, people have to learn how to fend for themselves and learn how to do things for themselves. The big mama that they were talking about, I think that was his grandmother. And he said that he has done things. But older people, sometimes older people is kind of like stuck in their ways. They want to stay where they want to stay. They want to live where they want to live. And then you have grandchildren and people up underneath them that's leeching off of them. And then you giving your money to these grandparents. And then they're giving your money to these grandkids. Because even the family member posted that, you told us to stop accepting C Murder calls. You told us to stop doing this. So he said, I'm giving y'all my money, but y'all keep giving him y'all money. And C Murder is not respecting you or not learning. You get what I'm saying? So I think that was his perspective from that.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I'm going to go to the next call. I'm going to go to these next two callers. Thank you. All right. All right now. Okay. The number is 646-716-8447. 7067. Caller, you on the air. We talk about Master P, Monica, or Tasha K, or Cardi B. What's your take on this stuff?
I actually wanted to talk about Cardi B. How you doing, Wiley?
All right.
I wanted to just talk really quickly. I think that we are kind of missing what Cardi B might be trying to do. She started on Instagram, and I think that that's why she constantly responds to people on Instagram. I think that she wants to control Instagram more than she really wants to be a rapper. I think that if she can stay in the media by responding to trolls or whoever, she's still trending, she's staying on top, and then she can come out and drop something like WAP go number one and still respond to people like Tasha K and not put out music. So I think she's actually doing exactly what she wants to do, honestly.
All right. Thank you so very much. The number is
All right, have a good
646.
day.
Thank you. You too. 716-8447. Let's go to the phone lines. Right here. 0228. Caller, you're on the air. 0228.
Hi, Wiley. How you doing today?
All right.
Okay, so I want to talk about like both of the topics really fast.
Yes.
So about the Master P thingy, I feel like he feels hurt that when his brother was in jail, he was like writing stuff in books and making songs about him. So that's probably why he took a back page to not even try to help him. He's like, look, you disrespected me, and I've been trying to help you all these years. I built this company, empire for my family, and you disrespect me while you're sitting in jail and not saying what really happened so you can get out of jail. And I think that's what really hurt him. That's what he did. Like, if I was his family member and he gave me money, I'm going to take that money and make a business so I don't have to keep asking him. Because he wants to help himself, but he's like, y'all keep leeching me. I'm not doing nothing with the money, and y'all being lazy with it when I'm over here working my butt off since the night. And with the case so far, I think if Kim K actually gets him out of jail, this is going to be a big thing for the Innocence Project. It's going to take it to the next level because C-Murder is a celebrity. He might not be a top celebrity, but he still was an artist. And this is going to like put more faces to look like, oh, this is happening in the criminal system. So I'm glad she's doing it with the other two black lawyers, and what Monica brought light to it. But I guess just bring a light to his case because of the docuseries. It's just a lot on the family right now, and they just got to figure it out behind the scenes. Now with Cardi B, I feel like with her last album, she has it. Tasha K was basically saying, you're in litigation with your last label, last manager, and you haven't touched that money. Because she even tweeted last month that money is still locked up in litigation. She can't even touch that stuff from Bodak Yellow or from her last album. And Tasha K was like, because you can't touch that money, you haven't paid people off of that money. So you haven't paid people off of that money. So with this one, the label was like, look, we need a hit. You got to put somebody on here, because if Cardi B would have released a solo hit, a solo song, they would have not known if it would have went that far, because she hasn't had no buzz since like last year. So that's all I want to say about the two topics, and I can't wait for the Monica and Brady verses. I'm ready for that. I'm
ready for that too. Thank you so very much, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. The call number is 646-716-8447. Last 43071. Caller, you on the air. 3071. Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to make it quick. Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
Master P, I see no problem doing, his post or whatever. Yes, family stuff should be kept private, but for Monica to put out that Kim is helping, of course, people are they want to know, okay, so what has Master P done? So I would have I take that back. I would not have made a post, but in Master P's situation, I can see why he did that, because his brother is being ungrateful along with his other family members. So I would cut people off financially. Cardi B and Tasha K, that story is both of them. That's just getting old. I enjoy Tasha K's material. I enjoy watching her. But at this point, Cardi B isn't going away. I just would start reporting on her. I just wouldn't make her relevant. That's it. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you so very much on that. And I want to say this and I say this humbly. We folks, if a family member make it, try to invest in that family member, try to help them get their own business and create something so you won't have to be in that begging. Again, this is even triggering me to say this. Curtis Jackson wrote a story, book about his life. He was trying to help his son, and his son Marquise was good with sneakers. So what Curtis Jackson did, he was like, "I want to buy all of these shoes so you can have your own shoe line and so you don't have to keep asking me for money." Another thing that we have to cut off, parents, listen. You have to cut off these ungrateful kids, because once they reach a certain age, you should not still be taking care of them. Let me pack up my bag. Somebody gonna get mad with this message today. Not only that, some of you parents, some of you mamas and daddies still taking care of your 35-year-old kids, 40-year-old kids. It's a time that you got to cut them off. Because if you don't cut them off, guess what? They're going to be still dependent on you at 65. I have seen it so hard that some parents took care of their kids so much and they have to move into a nursing home. And guess what? Them low down, dirty, lazy kids want to try to live with their parents in a nursing home. So don't train your kids to be dependent on you. Because one day you're going to get old. One day you're going to have to stop working. And you don't want to have to get sick of your body. And they can't help you because you have trained them to be dependent. And so when you leave Earth, then they're going to try to leech on to somebody else in the family to take care of them. Let me bring this back home. Just like my grandmother and her sister. Grandmother's sister took care of her kids until they got grown, paid all their bills, paid their rent, paid their mortgage, paid their car note, paid their phone bill over and over. But one day she died. And those sure the daughter tried to leech on my grandmother and wanted her to take care of her. And my grandmother told her, said, baby, I'm not your mama. You a grown woman. You're going to have to wake up, my daughter, and do for yourself. Because I'm too old to take care of you. So, and I say this, do not be dependent on family. What you can utilize from members, if you have a member that is wealthy, you have a member that have connections, get your resume or get your stuff and try to have them help you get in the door to create a business. Have a business plan. Hey, can you do this? And have a good, amazing track record. If you do have a family member that have money, go back to school for your business degree and then go to them and say, hey, sister, or hey, brother, is there any way you can invest in my brand? Use them to help you get the hang up. But don't just have your hand out for money. Ask them for a job. That's one thing that you do. Ask me for a connection for a job. Hey, can I work on your staff so I can get the credit and the experience of working with Master P so other doors can open up. That's what you try to realize. And people that do have money, don't start something and you ain't willing to continue it. Don't be so free-hearted, because when you do that and cut it off, them family members are going to hate your guts. So don't start off giving your family member all the money, giving them answering all the calls. Because when you get tired, because one day you're going to get tired, them family members going to, in return, going to call you out your name, and it's going to be a mess. And that's what happened. Master P got to take ownership because he trained them to be leeches. My God, today. He trained them to be dependent on his wallet. He trained them to be begging and getting money and you would just give. Now he want to cut them off, and they giving him resistance. Now they out here giving them all the type crazy. And just because now we don't know the backstory between him and his mama. It's triggering me again with Monique. Monique said they start to become ungrateful. I would give them, because people, it could be your own mama. Just because it's your mama, sometimes you got to tell mama, it's my money. Don't make me feel pressured to give to you. Because sometimes mama can get greedy. Uh-oh. Don't make it seem because that's mama that mama can't get greedy and ungrateful. And if mama started to get greedy and ungrateful, ain't nothing wrong if you cut mama off. Sometimes you have to cut off these people. And then maybe so, he probably got tired of giving, and then mama giving it to somebody else. Because my grandma would get like that. You would give her the money for her, and she'll in return give it to somebody else. No, the money is for you. Not for you to be giving it to everybody else. Because sometimes people will use your mama to say, hey, can you ask Master P for a couple $100? Mama, you know he'll give it to you, mama. He'll give it to you. They will use you to get to that purse or that wallet. So I'm not going to necessarily say he did his mother wrong. I got to get his side because people will use it. Because somebody had my granny to call me. Is it any way, hello? Is it any way you can do? No, no, I can't. For such a who is so? It's for such, oh no, he need to get a job. I work hard for every little dollar or cent I have. Hey, somebody asked me a couple days ago, can I borrow your car? No, you can't borrow my car. Why? Because it ain't yours. It's mine. Get up and walk like I did. Get on the bus or the train. If the bus line don't run like that in Texas, so what? But you can walk. Go out there and sell some apples and oranges and some juice. You ain't getting my car. Get away from it, because if you stay at it too long, I'm going to call the cops. You crazy, don't you ask me something stupid like that. Can you use my car so you can pick up a date? If you ain't got the money, if you ain't got no car to get your date, you don't need to be dating. You need to be dating McDonald's to get a paycheck. Go ahead and say that. I have to rebuke you. And if you don't get out of my... So, and I say this, nobody's required to give you anything. And please don't be trying to count what I have, because everything I do have, I had a box of shoes in a box. Somebody came over. Can I have these? No, you can't. Well, you still got all these shoes and boxes. It's mine. I work for it. No, you can't get it. I don't give a doggone. It's been here all this time. You ain't doing nothing with it. So what? When I go out of town, I might want to wear it. I don't care if it's it's mine. It got my name on it. Wiley, for you. Not for you to take it. It's mine. So, and I'm not selfish. No. Well, you need a new pair of shoes so you can go and suck on something you ain't got no business sucking on. Go suck on a job. Because I know I work hard for it. So, all right, let's go to the phone line. 3662, calling you on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Hey, I just want to kind of touch on the Master P situation.
Yes, go ahead, sister.
Okay. I think people were listening to the premise of what Master P was saying, you know, as it like he wants to cut off his family, the ATM is closed, they're ungrateful. I'm pretty sure if he did something for his family members, 9 times out of 10, they didn't just take the money and run off. I'm sure they told him thank you. He was on that live acting like these people just run off with money and they never tell him thank you. I'm sure these people told him thank you. I feel like his ego is involved. I feel like he's just saying these things because I think everybody ran to his comments and was put eyes on him when Monica and Kim K came out with this statement, like they're taking on his case, like Kim K would do whenever she's taking on anybody's case. She did the same thing for Centoria Brown and whatever lady that was locked up in Memphis for killing somebody or something like that. Kim K does that for most of her cases. And she did no different for the C murder case, just to let people know I'm on this case. Kim K does that most of the time. So that's not out the ordinary, and they didn't do that for clout. What reason Monica did it for, I have no clue. But as far as Kim K, that's her MO when she's taking on the case. Now, and I guess when Kim K did that put eyes on Master P, and everybody looking like, why she got to get your brother out? Why you ain't tried to get your brother out? And to be honest with you, he hasn't tried to get his brother out. And we were listening to the premise of him saying, oh, I'm cutting off the ATM. What ATM? You just said, he also said, oh, my brother's ungrateful. My big mama had to put up her house. Well, if you're not saying that he's entitled to do anything for anybody, but if you love your brother like you say you love your brother, why is Big Mama putting up her house? If you're doing for your people like you're saying you're doing and you have this big open ATM, why is Big Mama putting up her house and Master P's ATM not open? As an English major, I guess I look into the context more open than what, not just taking what he's saying more as face value, and I look at it more open than others. And because what he said didn't make any sense to me, it was very contradicting.
Oh, wow.
So for you to say the ATM is closed as if it was open, but you say Big Mama put up her house, that makes no sense to me. And then your cousins or your family members go on there and say, you read where somebody said that an aunt was using everybody's cars, or somebody was using everybody's cars to go see his brother. So that means these people are working and have reliable cars. Whoever this aunt or this grandmother or this big mama is, didn't even have a reliable car. Whoever this cousin is that's exposing everything, this lady had to borrow everybody's reliable car to go see your brother. Don't let Master P fool you. He said a whole lot of, he didn't do nothing to make us look stupid to those of us that look more into the premise of the conversation. I think it's just his ego involved, and everybody's looking at him like, why they gotta get your brother out? Why haven't you tried to get your brother out? Because the truth of the matter is, he hasn't tried to get his brother out.
Wow. Well,
and his brother is innocent. And people have recanted their statements. They have it on video with his brother is innocent. The detective out of Birmingham, Alabama, has tried to get his brother out. But Louisiana, being from Louisiana, and you see my Louisiana area code, that Louisiana just, it's a dirty game. It's very hard to get. When they put you behind bars, they try to keep you there. And at the end of the day, nobody's entitled to his money, and he don't have to do anything for anybody. But I do not like how he got on there live like the ATM was open, and he said in the same breath how the ATM not open, especially if your big mama has to put up her house to get your brother out of jail at whatever rate. That just don't make no sense to me.
I feel you on that. Well, thank you so very much for calling in. Thank you.
All righty.
Thank you. All right. So she's from Louisiana. Thank you, sister. All right. Thank you to all the people that called in. Let me see if we got any callers in queue. All right. So if you want to call in and speak on the subject, the number is 646-716-8447. 646-716-8447.
Yes. Have you heard? The Wiley Show is expanding and will now be on Station Head every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's right. Download Station Head today. You won't, because you don't want to miss Wiley being raw and unfiltered. The Wiley Show every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Station Head. Let's go. Take us home.
All right, so tonight we will be doing Station Head tonight. Oh, you know what? Oh, shit, we don't have to do Station Head tonight. We can do Station Head right now. All right, we can do Station Head right now. Shoot, let me schedule a show. Let me schedule a show for right now. Give me a second. We can schedule a show right now. We don't have to do that tonight. Give me a second while I drop it into the chat. Now, if you have an iPhone, you can listen. If you don't have an iPhone, you can listen. If you don't have an iPhone, you can listen on your Android. Or if you're on Patreon, we'll be over there. You can listen. All right, let's go to Anonymous. Caller, you're on the air, Anonymous. You're on the air.
Hi, Wiley.
Hey.
I just wanted to comment about something what the other caller was just saying.
Okay.
I think when Master P was saying that his big mama has to put up her house, let's think. This is not C. Murder's first rodeo. Okay, C. Murder has been in and out of jail prior to him being sentenced to life in prison for murder. He's been in and out of jail. So Big Mama could have put up her house, maybe when they were younger, and he wasn't Master P, he didn't have that type of money. I think he was just saying things that had been done over the course of years. And the fact that his brother wrote a book, essentially like dissing Big Mama, like she wasn't there for him, and so on and so forth. Nobody was there for him. Because if you go back to listen to what he was saying that he was hurt that his brother was dissing pretty much people that had been there for him. But then he's praising Kim Kardashian and Monica, but he's not giving any type of praise to the people that had been there for him. So I think that's what he was saying. And, C. Murder is like, 40, 50 years old? He's been in prison for 19 years. So who knows? He's been in prison since he was a youth, in and out. So Big Mama could have put up her house. They could have put up cars at that time before Master P became who he is. Master P has advocated for his brother, and he tried to get his brother out multiple times. If you go Google and you go do your research on it, I think the family is just butthurt. And like he said, the ATM is closed. There's only but so much you can do for people. At some point, people got to do what they're going to do for themselves, because you can't continue to keep handicapping people. Family will leech off you as long as you allow them to leech off you. And then they get mad and turn their back on you, and you cut off. that money machine, and then they tell you you ain't do nothing for them. You done did all of this other stuff. You know, they forget about everything you done did, but then they forget about everything you done did prior, you know, to you turning off that money machine. And that's just how I feel on that. The other thing I wanted to touch on was the Tasha K and the Cardi B.
Yes.
Cardi B was responding to to a fan that was pretty much stating what she had heard from Tasha K. So Cardi B responded to that fan. However, Tasha K did not have to respond to Cardi B. She responded to Cardi B directly. Do she not comprehend that she is currently in a lawsuit? Why would you be harassing and antagonizing somebody that is suing you? Cardi B did not address you. She addressed the statement from a fan that had posted. So she addressed the comment and the statement. And instead, what you decided to do, you decided to repost it and directly address Cardi B. You're harassing her at this point. And you know, to be honest with you, with all the stuff that Tasha K is doing, I hope Cardi beat the pants off of her. I hope Cardi wins the lawsuit. Because Tasha K, she just continuously keep trying to bully the girl. She's just trying to bully the girl for no reason. Like, you didn't have to respond to that. Cardi B was responding to a fan. She did not respond to you directly. She responded to a fan that had posted that. But you took it upon yourself to respond to her directly like you want her to beef with you. You're antagonizing the situation. So that's all I got to say on that. I hope Cardi B wins. I hope Tasha K get what she deserves because, I mean, at this point, it's just bullying. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. She didn't ask you at this point. It's ridiculous. It's harassment. It's bullying, and it don't make no sense. So that's all I got to say on that.
I feel you on that, and I think she's just doing that for attention because what she wants Cardi B to go on that page and cuss her out so she can get more clicks and views. I do find it quite interesting.
Yes.
Lately,
she wants to beef with Cardi B because she knows Cardi B is an easy. Cardi B gets trickled easily. Like any little thing will pick Cardi B off. So we already know Cardi B goes on rants, right? So when people are saying stuff about it, we already know she goes on rants. She goes to try to defend herself. So Tasha K tries to clickbait Cardi B into getting into a beef with her when they already is in court because of you slandering her. Why would you keep trying to antagonize the situation? It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, it's all for attention. And I find it quite interesting that she's charging $15 for Patreon. And one of my producers said me that she's encouraging super chats. Is that telling you that money is getting low, or is that paying all the legal fees?
Yeah. I saw that, Wiley.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you talking about Cardi B with her OnlyFans where she's just pushing out information, and she reduced her OnlyFans to $4.99 for her fans. And here you are going on Patreon to charge $15 to disclose some receipts that you never had.
Okay, and she was getting bad because she had got backlash. So if anybody want to go and see, that, it's on her IG. And she was going because people was dragging her about it, like, why are you doing this? And you say you rich, and now you ask for money, and et cetera, et cetera. But you already know. She said, I don't care nothing about them lawsuits because Young Buck was sent information. Yeah, so now she's charging people $15 for a Patreon because I personally believe she just moved. What's going on? So I think her coins are getting low.
I think her finances is getting low because remember, even Tasha K was like insulting our mom when I don't mean to say his name on your show on your channel, but remember when you broke down when daytime tea time sent money and she said you only get 60% for super chat. That's why I don't be telling people don't super chat me. But when she did her other live, she saying thank you for the super chat, thank you for the super chat, oh thank you for the cash out, thank you. But you just diminish that, and then at that you want to charge $15, but you tell people you don't need the money. You diminish super chat, but you never turn your super chat off, right? Because you said it takes 60%, right? And then you turn back around and create a Patreon, and you don't charge $2, $3, $4, $5. You charge $15 freaking dollars.
Oh yes.
$15.
And our Patreon is only $1 or $2.
Up some fake receipts when people have been calling you out saying that you don't provide receipts. On your main channel, you want people to pay $15 to go up on Patreon to see fake receipts that you can't even provide on your main channel.
Okay.
Wow. A fool. A fool.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say, man. That right there, that let me know funds is low. You want to talk about Cardi B OnlyFans? It's $4.99, but you go start a $15 Patreon. That's messy. But that's all I got to say, man. Tasha K, it's like the pot can't talk about the kettle. Like it's like the pot calling the kettle black.
All right.
She's a hypocrite. All right, wow.
Okay, thank you so very much. That number is 646-716-8447. Thank you. We're going live immediately following this on Station Head. So if anybody want to follow us over there live on Station Head, we will go live on Station Head immediately following this live. I'm dropping the link, and the moderators, they have the link as well. We're going live on Station Head. If you have an iPhone, you can click on that, or you can listen on your iPad or computer. Just click on the link on your computer, and it will lead you with instructions to tune in. Also, we'll be streaming live on Patreon as well. Then I'll be taking you over, showing you different pictures that you have never before seen pics, give you a little backstory, et cetera, et cetera. So that's going to be right now, immediately following this live. So if anybody else is willing to call in, you are more than welcome to call in. All right.
That's right. Bringing you the best in politics and celebrity gossip. This is the Wiley Show.
Listen to that, okay?
Keep it going.
And this is why it is nothing wrong. Let me tell you something. It is nothing wrong for people to pay for her Patreon. No one. I'm not saying that. I think now people are not used to her asking for that, but she have a right to put that on there. If she's going to give exclusive receipts and do that, fine. If she don't give nothing, you still have a right to pay for that Patreon. I know many people that have memberships and they don't give their members any content, charge a lot of money. So if she's going to provide them content, great. I was on someone Patreon. They haven't done anything in 6 months. And I had to cancel it because I'm like, dang, for over 6 months, no content. And yet it was still charging my card for the $4.99. But on the Wiley Show Patreon, glory. On the Wiley Show Patreon, you get content. And you get it a lot. And I be on there a long time. Someone on the Patreon, y'all even heard the guy that I used to had a crush on. I didn't even know he was on the down low. He even called, was watching. Then we got some tea about Pastor Tom. We posted that on Patreon. So y'all get exclusive content over there. My mama was shot up. You see some stuff over there, you be like, what? And we got more and more. And people be telling me, charge more. You need to charge more. We'll keep that same energy. One day we might. But as of right now, I like it for $1 or $2 and do that. And then I build it up, right? And so we did it a long time. So I'm looking forward to seeing y'all over there on Station Head. You just click on the link and have a good time with us. I just want to get some stuff off our chest. I wish Blue Skies had a Station Head because I wanted to bring her on. I don't know if she's working or not today, but I think Mouth Open is gone. I think pretty much everybody's busy. So hopefully it works, y'all. And then hopefully it works because like yesterday it was like messing up on somebody else's Station Head. So hopefully Station Head works for. I got the Wi-Fi connected. So hopefully it works. But thank you all for calling in, and thank you all for staying on topic, okay? So shout out to y'all for that, for staying on topic. Y'all stayed on topic and stuff like that because, when we have the show, please stay on topic. At least I would say today we stayed on topic for about 90 to 95% of the show. So I think that's incredible. Thank you all for calling in, and we love the callers to call in and to have an opinion. So shout out to the callers calling. People were sending me emails and they were saying, Wiley, I'm so nervous. I'm like, they don't see your face. They just see your voice. And we just having a conversation. That's all what it is. We're just having a conversation. We just talking and it is what it is. Don't feel ashamed. That's just talking to Wiley. Don't worry about the chat. Just talk to me, say what's on your chest and talk. I used to be nervous calling to people's shows. Now I'm a pro at it, right? I used to be so nervous calling to that. So, of course, we're going to be talking about the RNC. Is that today or tomorrow? We're going to be talking about the RNC as well. So I'm just looking forward to that. Then on Patreon, we're going to get into some things as well. All right. So did everybody get the link for Station Head? Did everybody get the link for Station Head? Let me know. Let me see. Did everybody get that link for Station Head? Come on through. Did everybody get that link for Station Head? Let me know. Okay. All right. All right. Did everybody get that link for it? Okay. Well, I will see y'all over there. And peace and blessings to you all. And please comment and subscribe. Thank you so very much. Thank you all for the donations because it makes the show keep going where we can talk about these issues. I will see y'all on Station Head. Peace.